Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So I got the front wheels of that old lawnmower I had, old junk lawnmower, to replace the back wheels of my go-kart because they got more treads to it. As you can see, the tire sitting next to it really has no tread left on it, and it slips a lot whenever I'm riding because that's the only tire that actually drives the go-kart. So I got these two, and luckily they were the same bore diameter as the other one, so I don't need to do anything. I can just put them right on the axle, which is nice. The right tire I already got on. That one's not bolted to the axle. It's just I could use the existing cotter pins and holes I had for the other tire, just stack a couple more washers on there because it's a wider wheel, and that one's good. But I did run into a problem with the one here that will be bolted to the axle, and so I'll take you over there and show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see, with the old tire, the wheel mount or whatever comes out clear of the rim. This allowed me room to drill a hole through there to bolt it to the axle. However, on this tire, it doesn't come out that far. It's way in there, so I have no room at all to drill a hole in there and bolt the axle like I did the other one. So the plan is, I got this piece of stock right here, this just round stock. I plan to drill this out at 3/4 inch, which is the same diameter as the axle, and then I'll slip this over here, and this will be welded to the rim of the tire. So that will extend this out far enough for me to drill through there and bolt it. I'm hoping that'll work. I don't see why it wouldn't. I just gotta do some work on this to make that up. So as you can see, I got her chucked up in the lathe here, and I'll be starting out the hole with this before going into the big drill. I don't need to drill that deep of a hole either. Only about 1 3/8 would be enough, which is nice because drilling big holes in steel on this little lathe takes a long time, especially when you don't do this. And this is the one I got from the junkyard too. I'll be getting plenty of use out of that. That thing is just so sharp. This is the first time I've used it, and I'm really liking it. So that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna drill it out again with a smaller drill bit for a pilot hole, because it really helps to have a pilot hole when you're drilling big holes, especially in steel. So I'm going to go get that right now. Alright, so I got that drill bit in here, ready to go. This is another drill bit I got from the junkyard. It's the first time I've used this. See how sharp it is. It seems pretty good. I'm interested to see. Nice and sharp. Wow, that's cutting really well. There's few things in this world better than a sharp drill bit. Alright, so I got it drilled out to just over 1 3/8. That should be good for the pilot hole. And now I'm going to go get the big drill bit. Oh man. Alright, so I got the 3/4 inch bit in there, ready to roll. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. This little lathe does not like drilling big holes like that. I'm going to try drilling a smaller hole first. Alright, so I got a 5/8 bit in there right now. Hopefully that'll go a little better. Better. Yeah, it's drilling a lot better right now. Initial penetration is always the hardest, but once you're in, it's smooth sailing. Alright, so I drilled it out at 5/8. I got the 3/4 back in here. I also touched up the cutting edge on the grinder a little bit, sharpen it up a bit. Hopefully that'll work a little better. Should. Seems to be going along good enough. Okay, I'll come back to you when I most of the way through. All right, that seems pretty good. It went better after I got in a little bit, like I said earlier. Smooth sail. All right, and since it's about as easy to part steel on this machine as it is to wrestle a lion, I'm just going to take this to a bandsaw. Ow, that's hot. So I cut off in the bandsaw and now I'm just facing it flat here to get a nicer finish on it. Looks pretty good. So this is the side that's going to be welded to the wheel. So I'm just adding like a little recess here to add more room for the weld, to get a stronger weld. That looks pretty good. Alright, so I got over here at the mill to drill the 5/16 inch hole for the bolt to the axle. There you go. Alright, that seemed to go pretty well. Seems pretty well centered. It's not a critical thing though. As long as you'll see how it fits onto the axle and the wheel. Alright, got the part over here of the axle. Fits on nicely. Actually, surprisingly nicely. Let's see, get the bolt in there. I had this lined up away. So I'm just trying to see it again. There we go. Just like that. Now, once after this will be welded to the wheel, that'll be bolted to the axle, not going anywhere. Alright, so I've got it set up there, aligned with the wheel properly. I'm just going to tack weld it right there, and then take it off and then weld it fully, because I just want to make sure the wheel is lined up with this part I just made. Because if it's not lined up and doesn't fit on the axle, then it's junk, I got to redo it, and I don't want to do that. That seemed pretty good. Alright, that seemed to go pretty well. I tried to get a lot of weld on there because I want this to hold. I don't know, I'm going to let that cool down and see how it fits on the axle. Alright, so I'm ready to put the wheel on. Alright, so I got the wheel mounted on the axle. Just got to tighten this bolt now. Get it on there good. This should be good. Looks good. Only one thing left to do.